Welcome to HortTube, where we talk all things gardening. My name is Jim Putnam, and this is a wild winter Daphne Odora. This is a winter Daphne called Wild Winter. It has this incredible variegated foliage on it year-round and these incredibly fragrant flowers in the late winter every year. Daphne Odora can eventually reach 3 to 4 feet in height and 3 to 4 feet in width, and they're best grown in horticultural zones 7 to 9. Daphne has a moderate growth rate. After they finish blooming in the late winter, they actually put on 3 or 4 inches of growth very quickly, and then that tends to taper off pretty quick as it gets hot. They don't do a lot of growing in the heat of the summer. Websites will typically have Daphne listed as part sun to full sun. I don't like to grow these in midday sun. I like a lot of sun on them in the morning and a lot of sun on them at the end of the day. But someplace where in the middle of the day, they're in a little bit of protection. I find that if the sun is on them in the middle of the day, it heats up the soil around them and tends to make them more vulnerable in the late summer to root rot. Typically, you're going to see Daphne used as a specimen plant. They can be a little pricey, so you're rarely going to see 10 or 15 of them in a cluster anywhere. But I'll usually plant one near a door so that in the late winter, you can really enjoy it as fragrance. They can also be used as container plants, and in a container, you definitely have to use some sort of chunky bark mix. You can't use any kind of potting soil. They'll definitely stay too wet for them. Of course, the main features on any Daphne are these incredibly fragrant late winter clusters of flowers. They have a fruity smell to them. They're absolutely perfect. There are a lot of other fragrant things that are just too perfumey for me, and these are just perfect. And on a warm day, you can smell them from a mile away. This variety, Wild Winter, has these amazing streaks of variegation in it, and it varies throughout the plant. You'll get different variegations. There's probably 6 different types of variegation on this plant. It really is truly amazing. And of course, these are evergreen. I've included videos in the description of this video for planting woody shrubs. The issue is with Daphne, you have to take some additional steps. You need to put some gravel at the base of the hole or use a product called permatil, which is a volcanic rock that can be mixed in with the existing soil. You need to put something in that creates permanent drainage, where the water, if you get back-to-back thunderstorms or something like that, that the water passes through to the bottom of the hole. Otherwise, you will definitely get root rise. I definitely want to fertilize Daphne after they finish blooming, as this new growth is starting to appear on them. Just one time in the spring with a slow release fertilizer, something that'll last 3 to 4 months. If you needed to prune your Daphne, that would probably be the same time as fertilizing them. After they finish flowering, you could do a little bit of a haircut on these. I don't prune them in the ground. I'm kind of scared of them, honestly. If you have to snip a few branches off of these, just make sure your pruners are sterilized or it's a new pair of pruners. Otherwise, you can spread disease around on these pretty easily. The first year your Daphne's in the ground, you are going to want to check it occasionally for water. And if it's dry, saturate the entire area around it well. Just let it dry out again before you do it again. Don't put this on any kind of automated irrigation system unless you're at a beach, a coastal area, or a desert area. If you do that in any kind of inland area that gets normal rainfall, you're going to end up certainly drowning it at some point. In terms of pests on winter Daphne, we don't really get any kind of chewing insects on them, and deer tend to stay a mile away from them. Our main issue is definitely a root rot issue. You have to mound these up. You have to mix in some gravel at the bottom of the hole or some permatil in with the existing soil. You have to go out of your way to make sure these are going to stay dry. I've never had one live more than 4 or 5 years in the landscape. We'll typically get some sort of tropical storm that'll drop 7 inches of rain, and then 2 thunderstorms later, over the next week, and I get root rot on them and they die. But it's definitely a plant that's worth trying again and again. Just make sure that if you have one die, don't plant it in the same space. Move it around your yard some. So what are you waiting for? Even though winter Daphne can be just a total pain to grow, they're definitely worth it. This fragrance is incredible. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also, comment below with any questions you have about Daphne. Thanks again.